What's up, guys? It's Daniel, Yoshi Drifts with Live Sideways. Just wanted to give you guys a little update on what we're doing with the car. There's a lot of controversy with these Guibos. Some people upgrade them, some people won't. They do make billet aluminum ones, they're solid. They also make polyurethane ones. Good advice given by Chelsea DeNofa, and something I stand on firmly, is do not upgrade these things to a more solid version. Stick with the stock ones. Yes, you will burn them up quick, but I put this thing in 2 years ago, and granted, I was a couple clutch kicks away from letting Jesus take the wheel on that thing, but I would much rather once a year even change it out for a new one than be breaking driveline components, because this is your weak link and you want to keep it your weak link, because these are like 50 to 60, 70 bucks depending on where you get them from. You can get them from a local parts house, whether it be AutoZone, Advance, or O'Reilly's or whatever have you. You can pick them up for about 55, 60 bucks. Or what I do is you order them, and this is a Molly from FCP Euro. What that allows you to do is when this burns up and you have to replace it again, you just go back on FCP Euro, you order another one. When it comes in, you take this burnt up one, you throw it back in the box, and you mail it right back to them, and they refund you your money. So all you end up paying for is shipping costs, and you get a new one every year, and it protects your driveline. Because if you put a solid one of these things in, all you end up doing is taking all the shock that this rubber piece is supposed to be absorbing every time you kick the clutch or dump the clutch or whatever, all that shock you're putting through your driveline, this absorbs. You put a solid one in, this will no longer be able to do what it's designed to do and absorb all that shock. And then you start shocking items like your input shaft, your output shaft. I've seen people actually, and as much as I love the ZF transmission, I've seen people put these billet ones in and end up shattering a ZF transmission. We all know those cost a whole lot more than a lot of times you can find the car for the price of the ZF trans. Most of my parts cars that I have laying around here, I've purchased solely because it has a ZF transmission in it, and the transmission is worth more than I paid for the car. That being said, you don't want to burn up your transmission. You don't want to be snapping drive shafts. You really don't want to be snapping axles while in the middle of comp or anything like that. Differentials, you don't want those shattering. Something as simple as leaving this alone and changing it once a year can save all of those components. There's 6 bolts, 6 nuts. We'll show you what it looks like underneath the car here in a second. But just switch this out. Do yourself a favor. Switch this out once a year. Save your money. Save your driveline components. Good. Alrighty. So on the Guibo, you have markings here. What those markings indicate is the direction the bolt is supposed to pass through. I run my bolts through first, so that way I can come up here and just line it up and slide it in place onto the transmission. Now you've got the bolts that go through the drive shaft in place and the bolts that go through to the transmission output shaft in place. And then you can grab your nuts and, one by one, start them by hand first and bolt everything up. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll give you a peek at what it looks like when it's completed. All right, and that's all there is to it. This literally took, I want to say 15 minutes, start to finish. Popping these out, of course, lowering the center support bearing. This is an upgraded mount for the center support bearing, still a factory center support bearing. It just makes it to where instead of having that thin little piece of rubber, this is, every bit of that thick all the way around 360 degrees around that carrier bearing, but still comes in and out the same way. 2 13mm bolts. All of these are 18s on both sides, bolt and nut. Both of them are 18s. Quick and easy. Just pop these free, lower down the center support bearing, then unbolt the other 3 from the trans, and it comes right out. There's no reason to upgrade these things and break other components that makes it, 1, more difficult to replace, and 2, more expensive to replace those items. Cheap, easy to replace, quick to replace. You can take a quick time out, and if you have multiple people with you that are experienced on your little pit crew or whatever where you're in comp,
quick and easy to change. You should be able to get that taken care of. We were taking our time and got it done in about 15 minutes. No reason why that can't be done in a 5-minute timeout. So that being said, don't upgrade that.
All right, as I said, just a quick update video for you guys. We're done with it. We're about to set her back on the floor. 15 minutes, quick change. Again, I mean, these things are fiber reinforced rubber, but this will save you so much money just keeping this stock. 50, 60 bucks a year. I mean, that is less than a track day. Just keep it stock. Until next time, guys, it's Daniel with Live Sideways. See you next time.